5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and live. Good luck.
Merhaba arkadaşlar, hepiniz IEFT Talks webinarlarına hoş geldiniz. Bugün Almanya'nın önemli araştırma üniversitelerinden Karlsruhe Institute of Technology'yi Hay ve Iris'ten dinliyor olacağız. Lütfen sorularınızı questions kısmından sormayı unutmayın. Yes, hi, the stage is yours now.
Okay, we start now. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Haisun. I am from the Baden-Württemberg International. We are a state agency to support scientific and the cooperations between the universities in Baden-Württemberg and in foreign countries, and of course to support the students from abroad to study in Baden-Württemberg. And today, I, with Ms. Elis Jesik from the Karlsruhe Institute of Technology, to give you some information about the study in Baden-Württemberg. So, Baden-Württemberg, I think some of you can not pronounce the word Baden-Württemberg correctly, but it doesn't matter. So in fact, many of the students cannot pronounce it.
Baden-Württemberg? No. Baden-Württemberg.
Baden... What?
Baden-Württemberg.
Baden-Württemberg.
Baden-Württemberg. Putin. Ja, Putin. Wo? Putin.
Baden-Württemberg?
Baden. Putin, yeah.
Actually, it's Baden-Württemberg.
Baden-Württemberg.
So that means you can not pronounce it, but you can spell it. But in Baden-Württemberg, you know that we have many traditions and many inventions in the world for the first time, and we are very creative for the future. Baden-Württemberg is a state in Germany. We are in the southwest of Germany. And here is the home for about 11 million people. And among them, 184 are from different nationalities. So we have a very strong economic sectors. We have mechanical engineering and mobility and some other industries. They are worldwide very famous. Among the big companies in Baden-Württemberg, I think many of you are familiar with the name such as Daimler, such as SAP, such as Trump, such as Vestor, and so on, and Bosch. They are all of the companies in Baden-Württemberg, all of the famous companies who have the Europe headquarters in Baden-Württemberg. The inventations in Baden-Württemberg, we have a long history from the first auto in the world to one of the most famous scientists, Einstein, in the world, are all from Baden-Württemberg. So if they want to have a study in Baden-Württemberg, you must ask why. Why I should study in Baden-Württemberg, not in other countries or in other states in Germany. So the reasons from ours are we have big choices for you to support your study in Baden-Württemberg. Look at this map. We have many big cities, and in all of the cities, we have some possibilities to study in Baden-Württemberg. We have research universities, we have universities of applied sciences, we have University of State University in Baden-Württemberg, we have universities of education, of arts and music, and we have also private universities. So we have 9 research universities and 21 universities of applied sciences. We have 11 universities of music and arts and 6 universities of education. And the Baden-Württemberg State University has 9 sites and 3 campuses. We have more than 3,200 study programs. And in these programs, there are about 200 programs are in English. I mean 100% of English. And if you want to study a program that has a mixture English and German, so that's also possible. We have about 450 programs in this mixture. So as I said that we have 9 research universities, and among these 9 research universities, we have 4 universities of excellence. So you know that in Germany, there are 11 universities of excellence, and 4 of them are in our state. They are the University of Heidelberg, the University of Tübingen, the University of Constance, and Karlsruhe Institute of Technology. About this university, you will hear Ms. Elise Jeske to introduce you the details today. So how to study or how to apply for study possibility in Baden-Württemberg? There are some steps. You must first find out how you like to learn and choose a university that suits you. There are various universities, as I introduced you. If you like theory, you can visit a research university. If you want to do with project, and you can visit a University of Applied Sciences. If you want to earn money as soon as possible after the study or during your study, you can choose the cooperative university, the DHBV. And if you are very creative, you have the future as a musician or as an artist you can visit the University of Arts and Music. Or if you want to be a teacher in the future, you can visit University of Education. So the research universities to do the theoretical research, and most of the students can find a job after the graduation. The University of Applied Sciences have more contact with the industry. And the Baden-Württemberg Cooperative State University have the most close contact to university, because this university has more than 9,000 companies as their partners in Baden-Württemberg. And of course, we have the possibility for you to study arts and music and education. So you can almost study every program in Baden-Württemberg, only one program we do not have, that is the animal medicine. Step 2 is to find about the university's requirements. Different university has, of course, different requirements. So that will be introduced to you by different universities. Today, KIT, and the next time, the next 2 times are 2 other universities will introduce you the requirements of their university, and that's the University of Education and the University of Applied Sciences. So step 3 is to find out the administrative requirements. And if you study in Baden-Württemberg, there is possible for you to get a funding program. The funding program is to support your study in Baden-Württemberg. As you know that in Baden-Württemberg, there's tuition fees for non-EU students. So that's 1,500 per semester. And because you must live in Baden-Württemberg, you must rent a house, you must to pay for your tuition fee, you must to buy the study materials and so on. There's the possibility to apply some funding program to support your studies. You can see 3 websites here. You can apply for the funds through the 3 websites. And in Baden-Württemberg, we have the Baden-Württemberg Stipendium. So that's a scholarship for the students from abroad. There are different scholarships types in Baden-Württemberg. You can get more information from this website on the right bottom of the Bildschirm and to get more information. And step 4, and the most important one in Baden-Württemberg is after the first 3 steps is the next step to enjoy your new home in Baden-Württemberg and welcome in the future to study in Baden-Württemberg. So I now give the words to Ms. Elis Jeske from the Karlsruhe Institute of Technology to introduce you the details of KIT to accept you as a student in their university. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Hi. And hello from Karlsruhe. It's my pleasure now to give you some brief information about our university, the Karlsruhe University of Technology. I also prepared a short presentation, and afterwards you are welcome to ask your questions, which is the most important part, I think. Well, thank you. Someone already popped up my presentation. Well, let's get started. Where is it? Now. Okay. Yeah, let's get started with some basic information. First of all, I have to say that the Karlsruhe Institute of Technology is one of the oldest technical universities in Germany. It was founded in the year 1825. We are also a member of TU9, the network of the 9 leading technical universities of Germany. And as already mentioned, we are one of the universities of excellence in this country. But there's also something very special about KIT, because in the year 29, the university, the former University of Karlsruhe and the Helmholtz Research Center merged, and both institutions became one. Now we are a research university with a large-scale research sector. And the advantage for our students is that they have the chance to get in touch with research early on in their studies if they want to. Not only because recent findings are included in lectures, but also because they can apply for an internship, or they can write their master thesis in the research sector, or they can work as a student assistant there. Many also start their PhD studies after they finish their master studies. And here we have a short overview about the sectors of research at our university. Of course, climate and environment plays a role, as well as energy. These are very recent topics nowadays, but also mobility is important, and we talk about e-mobility, of course, but as well as autonomous driving also plays a role. Yeah. Then with regards to humans and technology, it's about anthropomorphics, robotics, medical technology, such stuff. Since we are a very old university, there have been some famous people working or studying here at this place. And I collected just 3 examples for you. One is Heinrich Hatz, and all of you know him. If you think of your physics lessons at school, for example, he proved the existence of electromagnetic waves, and this took place in Karlsruhe at this university. Carl Benz, he was a student of our university, and afterwards he invented the very first engine-driven car, and still today Mercedes-Benz is perfectly known all over the world. Alexander Gerst might be someone you don't know, but he plays an important role for us. He was a student of our university and the very first German commander on the ISS in the year 2018. Yeah, international dimension also is important. If you walk across the campus here, you see many international people, young people who study at the university, but also staff. And we hear different languages, and this campus definitely has an international flair. But even more important, or as important as the number of international students, are exchange agreements, because these enable students to apply for an exchange program. All students are eligible to apply for an exchange, all students who are registered for a degree program. So one of the most famous exchange programs is Erasmus, but we also have contacts to overseas universities. Then Karlsruhe Institute for Technology stands for Excellent Higher Education, but I have to highlight that most of the study programs are related to the sectors of natural sciences and engineering. Of course, there are also programs on economics, but they are interdisciplinary, such as industrial engineering, for example. We also have humanities and teaching programs, and while teaching programs might be less interesting for international applicants, but most of the students come to Karlsruhe and want to study natural sciences and engineering. If you want to learn more about the study programs, if you want to gain some insight into study content, curriculum, you can check this out. If you Google, for example, degree programs at KIT, or if you click on the link I added here. Then we talk about studies themselves, so during studies, prior to studies, during studies, and after studies, students are counseled. That's very important, especially before students start their studies. They already have a lot of questions, and we have a lot of units where they can address and receive information. Then before studies start, we counsel them, we help them to get their studies started smoothly, and also during studies there are academic advisors, mentoring programs, career service, and so on. Unfortunately, it would take a bit too long to go into detail with regards to each single unit. So I picked out just 3 of them. The workshops. We introduced workshops exclusively for international students, and these workshops are offered on top to the regular orientation weeks organized by the student unions. So why did we do that? Because international students have specific questions. They have different questions than German students. A German student doesn't need to know where can I extend my visa, how can I get an appointment with the foreigner's office, and such things. Yeah. Also, cultural seminars are quite attractive. And this is just to give students some advice, what they can do or can't do. But it's rather about what they can do. So let me give you one example. I often experienced that students told me, yeah, but how can I ask? How can I dare to ask questions? I cannot ask a question to my professor, then the professor might feel criticized. And no, I cannot ask. That's not common practice in my country. But, well, how will you receive answers without asking questions? It's allowed to ask, of course. And sometimes it's good just to tell students what they can do. And we also have a buddy program. This supports students during their first semester. So students who start their studies, no matter if we talk about bachelor students or master students, they are matched with students who have been studying for 1, 2, 3 semesters at KIT. So this way they have experienced partners whom they once again can ask questions if they need some advice. But in general, the buddy program is about social activities. They arrange excursions, visit museums, go to the Christmas market, organize game evenings, and so on. In general, most of all, it's about networking, to get in touch, to meet other students who also just started their studies here in a foreign country, in a foreign city. Something else that's definitely worth being mentioned is the MINT College, and that's most of all attractive for bachelor students, since the MINT College offers courses on mathematics, informatics, natural sciences, and technology. And students can attend such courses during the first semesters. So if they notice, oh, I have a problem, they can apply for such courses. And in order to fill gaps they had, or to improve their grades, just to improve their grades. But of course, it's not just about learning. Students also need some free time, and there's a wide range of leisure time possibilities. Students can do quite a lot of sports at our university, which has to do with the fact that sports sciences is one of the subjects that can be studied here at KIT. And once I checked the list, what is on offer, which kind of sports can I apply for, and I found American football, and I even found cricket. These are not typical German sports. Now you see there's a long list, there's nothing you can't do. You also can attend student groups such as orchestras, theater groups, yeah, or technical groups as well. So there's one group I like the most, that's car racing group, and they build their own racing cars and even start at the Formula student. Yeah, here is a picture. Oh, it wasn't shown before. And the campus, Karlsruhe KIT, is a campus university, and the campus is located in striking distance to the city center, and it's in the neighborhood of the castle and the castle garden. Now, this also is a favorable opportunity to spend some leisure time after studies. Theater, cinema, Christmas market, and open air cinema, or this it's castle lightning show also takes place, or an open air open air festival about 3 days every year. Yeah, and so far to leisure time, studies, and KIT. I thank you for your attention, and I hope you have a lot of questions for us. Thank you.
There is a question. Is it possible to work during the masters? If it is yes, how many hours per week? I think for foreign students are 120.
Yes, it's possible to work 120 full days a year. Yeah.
Or 240 half days.
Half days. And you can many students apply for student assistant jobs. And this is what I mentioned, some actually do student assistant jobs at Campus North in the research part, or others do that. We have a lot of student assistants, for example, in the International Students Office, but also in the departments related to their studies. Nevertheless, you can as well apply for a job, let's say, as a waiter outside the university. Those students can work the given time, no matter if at the university or if they find a job at a company. Now, which questions else do we have? There are such programs at the Research and University of Applied Sciences as non-EU students, the tuition fee are 100. If it's not an MBA program, there is no other fee of the program. Well, this is a question maybe for you, Hai. I found here.
Yes, I answered the question. If there's no MBA, there's no other.
Oh, okay. Okay. A PhD. So, is there the questions? Where can I see which questions you answered and which not? How about application deadlines? If it's not rolling,
yes, this question is for you.
Yeah. So, yes, in general, the most common deadlines are 15th of January for summer semester and 15th of July for winter semester. Such deadlines are usual, especially for restricted subjects, but some programs have earlier deadlines. They have their own specific deadlines, especially master programs sometimes have much earlier deadlines. And in general, you had best check out the websites. And really check out go on the website of the program you want to apply for. Yeah, for example, here we have early deadline for optics and photonics and water science and engineering. They have different deadlines. Yeah. What else? Programs at KIT, you can get informed from, okay. About master programs for engineering. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, we have many engineering related master programs. I suggest that you just Google degree programs at KIT, and you will find them. I can give you some examples. So, of course, we have civil engineering, chemical engineering, electrical engineering, then, as mentioned, water science and engineering, but that's a master program only. It's not available as a bachelor program. Mechanical engineering, mechatronics, informatics, quite a lot. Yeah, and if you Google degree programs at KIT, you will find a website that also gives additional information. If you are interested, I don't know how well you speak German. For those amongst you who already have sound German skills and want to study in German, and I know that especially in Turkey there are some schools where already pupils learn German on quite a high level, then you could check the event calendar on the website of KIT, and they have seminars about single study programs, but they are given in German language. But if you feel okay, I'm fit enough to understand something like this in German, you can attend it. It's online. And what else? There are many possibilities to work or to take internship for students. Okay, this is from you. You already answered this. Is it possible to work during? Yeah, we answered this. A bachelor degree in English language teaching. I'd like to enroll for a program offering a degree in sciences. What are the chances to get? Yeah. Well, if you already finished a bachelor program, though it's a Licenz-Diploma, so if you already have this, you are entitled to apply for whichever other bachelor program you want to. However, if you have a degree in English or as a teacher, Licenz-Diploma, and you want to apply for a master mechanical engineering, that's rather not possible, since the bachelor master programs follow a consecutive structure, most of them, not all of them, but most of them. And this means that the content of master studies is based on what you have learned in your bachelor program. And it even happens sometimes, it can happen, that someone finished, let's say, bachelor studies informatics in another city in Germany and applies for master studies somewhere else. It can happen that such person is rejected if the curriculum is too different. Now, if you have a bachelor degree, you can apply for whichever other bachelor degree you want. But if it's about master studies, then in most cases you will have to stick to the same or at least to a similar sector. Then what else? And all departments are in English or German. Okay, that's also mehrere. Both. Both is available, but most of the bachelor programs are offered in German language. There's a reason why, because we also have applicants from other countries, and their school leaving certificate is not equivalent to the German Abitur, and these students have to attend a college, but colleges with prep courses are offered in German language only. That's a problem. So there's one exception I know here, but in most cases this is a bit tricky. But in the case of master programs, there is a wide range of English instructed offers in Baden-Württemberg in general. Also here at KIT, but okay, even more in Baden-Württemberg, of course. Yeah. What else do we have? Is it possible? Is it possible? Credit transferring from a Turkish from 2 years of bachelor degree. Okay, so Ece, Güney also asked about recognition of exams. Yeah, in general that's possible, but you shouldn't expect if you studied, let's say, 2 years in Turkey, that you will be able to start with year 3 here. Nevertheless, it's possible to have single exams accepted, but according to my experience, master or faculties usually don't recognize all that was studied abroad, not all of them, but some, yes. And it depends, of course, on the credits. And there's a good message in Turkey. You also use ECTS system, and then you can compare yourself. If you say, okay, I had, let's say, mathematics or advanced mathematics 1, 2, 3, you can check the ECTS you achieved, and then you compare it with the German study program. And if the same ECTS are given, then you have good chances that it's accepted. So, where can I find in the point numerous clauses, informations for industrial engineering? Aisha asked this question, and I thank you for this question because it's always asked, which grade do I need? What's the mark I need for a numerous clauses subject, which means a subject that is limited with regards to places. But this is the information. There is no given mark. Yeah, students need to have. If we talk about numerous clauses, we talk about a limited number of places that are available. And now it depends on the number of applicants. If there are few applicants, it might happen that all can be given a place, a study place. If there are many applicants, imagine I have, let's say, 100 places and I have 600 applicants, then only the 100 best ones can be taken. So we cannot tell you ahead of time which grade will be needed. So, good. Is it compulsory to know German for English programs? Well, that's a good question. In most cases, not, but sometimes, yes. You have to check websites in this case. What is your experience? Hi, I don't know. Do you have any experience to this question?
Not special. Every university has its program.
It varies.
Yes, you must check the websites.
Yeah.
So I think Offenbach, Mannheim, Esslingen, Heidelberg, such universities of applied sciences have such kind of program.
Yeah. Now, I mean, in our case, if I think of, for example, optics and photonics, you only need proof of English skills, and I wonder if we have one program that requires. I think one of our programs also requires German on top. That's new. The bachelor program architecture. It's a German instructed program at KIT, but since this semester, they also require a basic knowledge of English because some lectures are given in English. Yeah. So Mint College is online only. Now the MintCon in general, Mint College takes place on campus, but they also offer online courses because they also offer courses for pupils to get an idea of subjects, meant for orientation, to figure out, is this something for me? Yeah, but normally the Mint College, I tell something was established for German students, because maybe you heard that, or you know maybe that we are a federal state. So there are many federal states, and education is varies from one federal state to another here in Germany. And it can happen that someone who applies from another federal state didn't have exactly the same classes at school, and he might figure out maybe there are gaps. I should recap something, and for that reason, the main college was introduced, and the classes take place on campus normally. Only in Corona times they switched to online studies. Then, for bachelor degrees, do you accept all high school diploma for university exam? Okay, and so I really would be interested how to pronounce this name. I try. Sidem. It's Sidem. Is it Sidem? I hope so. Yes, the question was, for bachelor degrees, do you accept all high school diploma? Do you ask for university entrance exam results in Turkey? Yes, we do. If you apply, we need the lise diplomas on one hand, but actually the more important certificate is the ÖSYM result, the last one, actually even the last one, with which you are given a place at a Turkish university for a specific subject. And the grade is calculated from the Yerleşme puanı, or so, yeah, that are stated on that ÖSYM result card. Yeah. Well, that's the relevant document. Could you please inform about the requirements for application of mechanical engineering bachelor? I've seen a requirement of 6-week internship. Okay. Did you see this on? No, don't know if Özlem is asking. I don't know if you found this on our website or on the website of another university. In most cases, students don't have to submit proof of internships prior to their studies. Internships are usually done during studies, not beforehand. Now, if we study in English, do you also ask German level? Yes, we already had this. That was answered by you, Birka and Kemal. Possibilities for accommodation. Okay. Yeah, accommodation. Hi. Yeah. So I can speak for Karlsruhe.
Yes.
What I can say, there are dormitories, they are available, but the number of applicants for dormitories exceeds the number of places available by far. Most of our students live in German we call it WG, Wohngemeinschaft. It's a shared flat. Means I just experienced this with some students from Turkey, and I registered them and said, all of you have the same address. Okay, and yes, we are three, we didn't find accommodation, so we applied for a big flat, and now we share it, which is great. I was happy for them, but I had to tell them, and which language do you speak in your flat? Hopefully German, yeah, because that's the disadvantage if you share a flat with friends from your own country. Yeah, you want to improve your German, yeah. But yes, most of the students live in shared flats, but yes, accommodation and dormitories are also available. If you want to get a room there, apply early enough. And then, maybe you can add something for other.
Yes, I think the situation in most of our big cities are familiar, and it is difficult for new students in the first or the first 2 years to find a room in the domination. And from the third year will be better, because many of the German students who had room in the domination will retain that and to look for other rooms outside of the campus. And then as foreign students have more choices to rent a room in the domination. But there are 3 possibilities to find a room for your studying here, such as you can get a room on the campus in the domination, and or you can live in a wiki, as it is said, and you can also rent a room or rent a house outside of the campus, but in the city. But it will be, of course, expensive as you live in a demonstration.
Yeah, and it also depends on where you live. Yeah, sometimes it's more affordable to find a room a bit far away, yeah, than that you have to take the tram maybe, yeah, and to get to the campus. If you want to live very close to the closer to the campus, the more expensive rooms are. That's my experience. Sometimes, most times, yeah. Okay, visa politics. Maybe I scroll too much. Yeah. How is visa politics there? Total fees for master's degree, accommodation fee. Okay. Well, we talk about expenses, I think, in general. So visa politics. So can you really say something to visa politics, Hai? So I think, well, what my experiences are. Most of the students received a visa, but it got a bit more stressful since Corona. But in general, I didn't hear that students have too much trouble from Turkey to receive their visa. Normally, it went pretty well. And sometimes I heard that even schools supported their pupils, made an appointment for more, but just one. Then accommodation fee, yeah, it's between, I'd say, round about 300 or between 300 and 400 euro per month. It's possible, of course, you might find a room for 280 euro, but I think that's rather the exception. And once again, I can only speak for Karlsruhe. Here in Karlsruhe, it should be possible to find accommodation and a room for between 300 and 400 euro per month. This is what I would say. How is it in Stuttgart, Hai? More expensive, probably.
In Stuttgart, is between 700 to 800 per month for all of your live and studying in Stuttgart. You can rent a room. That's about 400, and to eat, that's about 180 to 200, and then for your entertaining, for your study materials, the others. So totally about 800. Yeah,
that's roundabout. Yeah, also perfect. No, 800, 900. Yeah, per semester. Yeah, that's the same here. Food is quite affordable in Germany. Actually, one really doesn't have to pay too much money for food. And the university, we have cafeteria and a canteen where students can get food and meals very affordable. Before, I don't know how much does a student pay, €2.50 or so sometimes, yeah. €3, something like this. So, another question, do you have summer courses for high school students, like technology courses? I wish I could say yes. Yeah. No, I don't think so. They should. No, I don't think so. There's something like this summer. I mean, there are probably universities who offer summer schools. Yeah, and yeah. So we think about inviting pupils from a partner school. But in general, do you know, how is it in the case of other cities, summer courses for high school students?
For high school students from the summer school are most cooperative program. That means our universities has a relationship with middle school in the foreign countries, and according to the agreement, the middle school sent their students here to spend summer school. Normally, they will not be accept the students in alone.
I mean, what's possible as long as it's available online to attend MINT courses online of our MINT college. So if you want to check this, I think that's what's available online there. Yeah, I think some of their courses are open courses and can be attended, but the thing you should keep in mind is that most of such offers are instructed in German language. So you would have to find something instructed in English, or I don't think that there's something available in Turkish language. So is there the IELTS required? PTE acceptable. The IELTS exam for English instructed programs, I think that's meant. Yeah. Oh, I never clicked here. I'm done answering. Oh, okay. Oops. I never clicked on that thing when I answered. Yeah, IELTS exam is a very, very common exam. For English instructed master programs, IELTS or TOEFL. In most of the cases, IELTS result of 6.5 is required. So, is there any other scholarship for PhD researchers like Erasmus in BV? How can we find them? Hi.
I think Erasmus is for the EU countries, but is the scholarship for Erasmus also for foreign students? I'm not sure. I don't think so. So as scholarship for PhD or other programs, you can find in the Baden-Württemberg scholarship. That's one possibility. And another possibility, you can find information on the DAAD websites. So DAAD will introduce almost all of the scholarship in Germany that's possible for your programs.
So, what's the next question? What are KIT's expectations from students who want to do master's degree in computer engineering? Yeah, yeah, you need to start. I always forget to click. Yeah, you need a bachelor's degree on computer sciences, so a Lizenzdiplomasse, and you also need proof of German skills, since the master program actually is instructed in German language so far. Maybe this will be changed in due course, but currently it's still instructed in German language. So yeah, proof of German skills, proof of Lizenzdiplomasse, and then we forward the documents to the Master Commission, and the Master Commission starts to compare the single exams you passed with the exams that have to be passed in our master studies, and that's a comparison also, a comparison of ECTS. I mentioned that before. Yeah, and you can check the curriculum of bachelor studies at KIT and compare. Yeah, it's not only about having passed or having taken exactly the same subjects. It's also about how intensive did you attend single subjects, and it's also about the results. Yeah, these are the aspects and these are the requirements. Okay, I already answered. The next answer was if computer engineering is in English. Now it's in German. Yeah. Assistance shipment programs. Hi, can you answer that latest question?
No, I cannot answer that question. I don't understand what's the question mean. Could you tell me about the thesis shipment programs? Either university reading. I don't know what does the question mean.
I'm also a bit confused.
Can you write the question again and clearly? What does it mean? Maybe Elise, you can answer the first question, the NC. So do the universities in Germany also look for the students' rankings and the school which they have attended for?
Okay.
Is that important for KIT? I don't know.
I mean, is it Euskal? Was it NC? Yeah, that was it. Yeah. No, actually, we only consider the points. No, that's simply impossible for us. We have to evaluate certificates from all over the world, from such a large range of different schools. And with regards to schools, also our rankings, we don't make differences. It's about the points. Yeah. So actually, if you apply for a bachelor program, we look at the points of the ÖSYM result card, and we don't make a difference if you have been accepted. I take one example, Boğaziçi University, that's a very famous university, or at any university I might have never heard about. Yeah, So we don't make this difference. That's something we cannot do. We only check the grades. How do they look for the INSEE points? So that's the numerus clausus once again. That's a question of the same person. Yeah, well, there are, we calculate your points into a German grade, and after all, we would need a crystal ball to look into the future, to know how many applicants will we have, with which grades do they apply. This is something we don't know yet. So we have to wait until all applicants are in, and then all grades are calculated and transferred into German grades, and then the ranking list is done. So it's actually not possible to tell someone ahead of time, you need minimum 458 points in your Turkish university entrance exam. That's not possible. Okay, I have another question. It's the same. Can we work in the university together when reading university times and with relevant assistantship programs? Okay, you mean, okay, the question about the assistantship and job and time, I think you might mean student assistant jobs. And yeah, it's possible. So normally students are not given to intensive jobs. So most of them work maybe just 40 hours per month, so that they still have time enough for their studies. That's common practice here, and as far as I know, but I'm not 100% sure, it's possible to work to have a student assistant job up to maximum 60 hours per month. Yeah, but I wouldn't recommend this. It would take too much time for working instead of studying. Okay, so once again, a question from Sidem. For bachelor degrees, no, we cannot consider high school GPA. If you talk about the typical, no, it's just another system. And in Turkey, it's the high school, so the lycée, and after that, there's ÖSYM, and we need both, and the grades are taken from the ÖSYM exam. I'm quickly checking.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think most of the questions are answered.
Most, yeah. I forgot to click on that start live answer, but yeah, just look if there's some question we forgot to answer.
So you can write emails to us.
Yeah. Exactly. So if you have further questions, you can contact me. If you Google my name, you find me immediately. It's Iris Jeske, IRIS, then JESSKE, as written in the answer. Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much for your great presentation, Hai and Iris. Also, could you please share your email address on the chat box so that the participants can directly contact you?
Yeah. Okay, where can I do that? Okay. Okay.
All right, thank you very much for the fantastic presentation. It was a really informative webinar for the attendees also, and you covered all of the questions. Thank you very much for your answers too.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the organization. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Also, I would like to thank the participants in Turkish as well. Katıldığınız için teşekkür ederiz arkadaşlar. Diğer sorularınız için chat kısmında paylaşılan mail adresinden Iris'e ve Hay'a ulaşabilirsiniz. Umarız sizin için de faydalı bir webinar olmuştur. Aynı zamanda sizi 6'daki webinarımıza da davet etmek isteriz. Thank you very much again, you guys. It was a pleasure to have you in IEFT Talks.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Ciao.